Oh God. Okay. I think the funny is going to be at a minimum today, if I had to guess.
I think I'm just trying to be awake right now.
Just to get a visual picture, I want everyone to understand that Thomas is, every time he talks, he leans up and he's all excited and then fades away.
And he's still wearing the glasses that he doesn't need, right?
Yeah.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy
Welcome
Halloween.
to a special Halloween edition of Probably Comics.
Thomas wears
God.
glasses and pajamas.
Yeah. And Tyler goes to the gym and Linc goes to work.
Yeah, rock
It's
and
a
roll.
fun afternoon for everyone.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for listening to Probably Comics. I'm Linc.
I'm Thomas.
And I'm Tyler.
And this week, we are doing our weekly What's in the Box.
What's in the box? Do we need to explain how What's in the Box works again?
Hopefully not. If you're just listening for the first time, What's in the Box is where we go down a list of all the comics we bought, and then each of us picks our favorite and the biggest disappointment of the week, which this week's going to be hard.
Interesting.
It's going to be hard for both. Like on both fronts,
Yep.
It's going to be tough because there was a lot of really good stuff and a lot of really big disappointments for me anyway.
So can we all agree across the board just
Let's
before
just go
we
ahead
get
and get
started?
it out of the way.
Incredible Hulk #1 by Jason
Hulk.
Aaron and Dan Silvestri was like
Beautiful.
fucking amazing.
Best book of the week.
Oh my god.
Probably maybe the best book of the month.
We
Yeah.
actually talked about this earlier in the weekend that since that is pretty much the best thing we all read, that's going to be like we're just going to talk about
Yeah.
that later on.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, we'll just have
actually
to.
going to have to put our thinking caps on about what was our.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that you guys, that especially Thomas, was so willing to make that his absolute pick without question when Wolverine and the X-Men came out this week.
Yeah, and we'll get to that.
Okay, this week I bought Spider-Man 672, Wolverine and the X-Men #1, Aquaman #2, Green Lantern New Guardians #2, The Flash #2, The Incredible Hulk #1, Venom #8, Teen Titans #2, Daredevil #5, Justice League Dark #2, Deadpool Max 2 #1, which I think is a week old, but I couldn't find it until just now. Superman #2 and Xenoholics #1, which I think is also a week old, but couldn't find it until this week.
This week I got Amazing Spider-Man 672, Daredevil 5, Deadpool 45, Venom 8. Because if you remember, I didn't go to the store last week, so I got Uncanny X-Men 544, Wolverine and the X-Men #1, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #3. Oh, and Incredible Hulk #1.
I picked up Incredible Hulk #1, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #3, Superman #2, Green Lantern New Guardians #2, Aquaman #2, Wolverine and the X-Men #1, Secret Avengers #18, Avengers Solo 1 of 5, Teen Titans #2, Avengers Academy #20, which is the Final Fear Itself tie-in, Journey into Mystery #630, their Final Fear Itself tie-in, which gets the Cute Award, by the way, and posthumously Ultimate Comics Ultimates #2 because I got skipped on that, and Ultimate Comics Ultimates #3.
Wait, hold on. Fuck. We had the
You were
same
really
amount.
close, huh?
We had the same amount. I thought I was going to beat you for the first
What was
time
it?
ever.
13? Yeah.
We had the same number of books. Fuck you. I'm so angry.
Wait, angry
I
at
thought-
me
I
because I
thought
beat you, or
I
angry
thought
at you?
you didn't
'cause-
beat me. We tied. I thought for sure that we'd have the same amount of comic books. If I was counting back issues, because I bought a bunch of FF, but I'm not counting those. I love it. Fuck you.
And that's fine, man. But like, yeah, that was my comment on Twitter
It is
earlier
so
this
good.
weekend. Is I don't like I would have made fun of Reed Richards and kicked his ass.
God,
in
the
middle school.
infinite number of Reed Richards from all the different
Yeah,
universes.
that was kind of
It's
neat.
so
but
good.
I just,
All right. Okay.
Besides,
Okay. Linc. Besides the Incredible Hulk, what book did you love?
I loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #3.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Didn't read it.
The first issue was awesome, and they're giving you this brand new story. brand new telling of an old story
a
that
reimagining, if you will, a Tim Burtonized version.
A very, very clever reimagining. And then number 2 was a little disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
And then this comes back with a vengeance. There's just
like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, dude.
No, there's just a lot going on. A lot of what I read this week were 2s and 3s and 1s, and so the plot thickens in a lot of what I read, and that's basically what's happening here. You start to get a little more thought about what's going on in Casey Jones's mind. You also
He's still playing hockey.
No.
He's just kicking ass.
He didn't have a hockey stick?
He did. He does have a hockey stick.
Okay.
And a
All right.
hockey mask. But he mostly is running around with Raphael, beating up bad guys.
I need to read. I need to read these.
I really think you should.
I really hate the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, it was something when I was a child. I missed it.
I like that they're stretching out Raphael. I want in my heart for them to get together and to love each other. But Raphael and the Turtles.
Oh,
He still doesn't even know who he is.
well, he's cool but rude, right?
Yeah. But he doesn't even know his name right
He
now.
doesn't know his name. He was raised by it's taken by Old Hob, and when he was younger, and so
Well, they'll get together.
yeah, they will.
Or they'll probably fight each other first. and
Well,
then
of
they'll get
course,
together.
and I don't even think it'll just be like one fight and okay, we're brothers now.
Oh, baby
Like
turtle.
that's gonna really, really explain the rift between Raph and Leo. And
That sounds pretty.
Well.
That sounds pretty good. I'm still not. I'm still just
turtles.
not. That sounds pretty good. I'm still just not really. I can't.
I got you. And my biggest disappointment for the week was it's kind of hard to call this a disappointment as I wasn't
'Cause you knew you
really
weren't gonna like it.
appointed in the first place by Superman number 1, but Superman number 2 was my biggest disappointment. I feel like what's
God.
going on right now is each issue seems to be like an old Superman cartoon, and I'm not talking about cool 90s where he went into the Justice League. I'm talking about like original,
Like 1940s.
Yeah, like
I was thinking the
fights
same thing.
Space aliens,
Right.
And there is some clever trick, like
Why he's
Yeah.
somewhat vulnerable to each one.
He cannot see. This guy is
he
invisible.
can't see it. His Kryptonian eyes
And they
can't
don't-
process this guy. Earth can see him.
Yeah, exactly.
Humans can, and cameras catch him, and for some reason he can see it through the camera.
cameras.
So I mean, it was clever.
Yeah, but like. Superman is on notice.
Oh.
Give me something great next week. Also,
And you're
there's
such a
no-
big Superman fan.
I am. No, I love Superman, and I think action is great.
Action's so
and
good.
Superboy is good, and Tyler's telling me Supergirl is really good. But if you're gonna have a Superman area of the DC universe, Superman needs to be the
And that was
best.
that was
maybe
their
Justice League can be above it.
Yeah.
But especially with Jeff Johns writing Justice League, awesome.
I wish he was writing Superman. So,
But yeah, it's just it
or
just
Rick
isn't.
Remender.
It's not working for me right now. Also, I don't feel like there's not a very focused villain base. Like I need somebody to root
Well,
against. I understand
You want
that
a
Lois
story
is-
arc.
I understand that Lois's boss is going to eventually sort of be the bad guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still haven't seen Lex Luthor throughout any of the. He's in action, but that's
Yeah.
apparently before.
Okay, Thomas.
Incredible Hulk is so good.
Oh my God. Oh, and if you haven't, please check out Thomas's review of The Incredible Hulk #1 on probablycomics.com, which actually is getting a huge buzz on Reddit. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah,
Did it skyrocket?
You're getting some comments, lots of upvotes,
Oh, I haven't even-
downvotes.
It skyrocketed while Thomas was in bed.
We had one
15
guy.
minutes ago.
We had one guy comment and say, "I would have never given any kind of shit about the Incredible Hulk, but due to the strength of this review, I went out and bought it."
No
and
way.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah. So good on
Wow.
you.
That was a pat on
Very
the
well
back.
done. Very well done,
A tip
Thomas.
of the hat,
that made
sir.
my morning.
Somebody went to college.
Thanks, y'all. My favorite comic this week, I think, was, oddly enough, I really do think it was Amazing Spider-Man 672, but by association, I think it has to be Venom 8.
Sure. Yeah. Well,
Because they're
okay.
pretty much the exact same
Yeah.
story. They just pick, they share the first panel and the last panel are the same in Amazing Spider-Man 672 and Venom 8.
Are they? I thought the last
Yeah.
panel was him and Mary Jane hanging out on.
No, first panel of 672
Oh, is the last panel of 8.
panel
Yeah,
of Venom
okay.
8.
All right, I got it.
So I think they're sort of the same. I think of them as kind of the same book. Spider Island was a lot of fun. I think we're going to talk about it on the next big review.
Way more fun than
podcast.
it deserved to be.
Oh man, it was incredible. It was Dan Slott. Thank you. I was really impressed. I've never been that big into Spider-Man. Holy shit, Spider Island was really really fun. And what a great conclusion.
Yeah.
Love Venom and Captain America teaming up and kicking ass and taking names.
Took a big name. Why didn't the guy that drew that cover draw the whole fucking thing?
Yeah, the art's really bad.
Like, the art is almost unforgivably bad.
What's his name? Ramos.
Ramos can suck a Rama dick.
Get your jaw in line with the rest of the face,
Jesus
bro.
Christ. It is, I mean, it's some of the worst art I've ever seen.
I saw someone on Reddit say something about his, in all caps, it was like, he has the crazy sausage hands.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's exactly what it's like.
It's
Everyone
awful.
has these weird, like, wiener hands. I want to say that my biggest disappointment of the week, it's a toss-up between my two D comics this week, Deadpool 45 and Daredevil 5. Daredevil 5, I was really hoping...
Who cares?
Why are you not reading Daredevil? 1 through 4 are so good.
I read 1, 2, and 3, and they were great.
They're amazing.
But apparently, if 5 is
Well,
as bad as it
and
was.
1, 2, and 3 had this great serialized monster of the week that sort of we talked about with Superman that's not working for him, but it was working great for Daredevil. And granted, I think it's time for an arc, but the problem being that your villain is fucking Hydra, and I'm so trite. Hail Hydra.
Hydra! Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Boring.
Yeah.
And
Is the villain in Deadpool 45 Hydra too?
No, the villain in Deadpool 45, the reason I bought it is because of this story arc that they're starting with evil Deadpool. The premise is that a bunch of Deadpool's body parts were frozen, like severed limbs that he since grew back have been frozen, thrown in a dumpster, and they kind of reformed into an evil Deadpool.
I thought evil Deadpool was Deadpool on Thursday nights. Like, that's just what he decided to...
No. This Deadpool's dialogue boxes are black with a yellow border and yellow text.
Because he's evil.
Because he's the reverse of Deadpool.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of the same stupid jokes and stuff.
He's loop-dayed.
Yeah, I guess so. I think it was just hard
Nothing-
to read an entire Deadpool book that had 2 Deadpools in it.
Mm-hmm.
So when he breaks the fourth wall, does he actually break, like, the first wall? The wall, like, does he talk...
Because he's
to
back.
your-
Yeah, he
his
talks.
back to
He
you?
talks to the writer of the comic.
No,
book.
he loops it back and then writes comics with himself.
I just realized that I haven't thought about what my pick is. And
We got 20 minutes.
Well, I know that you can. I know that you know the answer to this. What's your biggest disappointment?
Daredevil.
If Tyler,
Okay, so
if
it's
Tyler
a
does one
toss
thing,
up. It's a
what he
toss up.
doesn't like.
It's a toss up about. But for let's go ahead, just do disappointment while I'm thinking about it. So it's a toss up between Daredevil 5, which was actually a disappointment because it was so good before,
Yeah.
and now it wasn't that good, and Deadpool Max 2 #1, which I didn't have much expectation going into. I kind of just bought it so I would, could read it. I'm probably going to just give it to you because I really hated it. The art was. Art's awful. Like, it's not even funny bad. It's like, it's awful. It looks like a 5-year-old colored it. Like, it's really not good at all. It's not even, and it's not like kitschy bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's so bad, it's good again. It's just before that point. It's not good. And the writing doesn't make any sense. Like, there's not like nothing. There's no there's a story, but they don't explain it. And then like his ally is Hydra Bob, who used to work for Hydra but doesn't anymore, and now they're friends. And they're like fighting something. I don't even know what they were fighting. Like they went. The female Taskmaster was in a church with this big with this big priest that was preaching with a monkey on his shoulder. And they're like going towards the church, and you think that they're going to get Taskmaster. No, in fact, they're going to try and get the monkey. But you don't find that out until, like, the monkey's gone, and Deadpool's like, oh, shit, the monkey's gone. We were trying to get him the whole time. I was just like, oh, this is awful. It was a chore to read, and it was extremely short, and I barely finished it. I'll bring it over. You can have it. Even if you don't like it, just fucking take it away. It's taking up space in my comic book box that doesn't need to be in there. I hated it so much.
It's taking up a solid 1/8 of an inch.
God damn it. Like, it's that bad. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's awful. I think my pick is going to be Xenoholics #1. Which neither one of you read. Yeah, I'm going to go Image on you. Xenoholics is basically, the premise at the beginning is it's this Alcoholics Anonymous like support group for people who believe they have been abducted by aliens. And sort of the whole book is that you introducing all the characters and them telling their story. And and all that. And so the whole thing is like you're trying to wonder who in this support group is telling the truth, who's crazy, who's lying, and then like an actual alien abduction happens. So they've got to figure out what to do there.
Well, thanks for listening to our weekly segment, What's in the Box?
What's in the box?
So tune in next week to find out if I bought comics instead of food, and if our discussion podcast is listenable.
Yeah. If you want to reach me on Twitter, I'm DT Mills.
And if you want to reach me, I'm Uncanny Tom. That's THOM.
And if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm LincZ2.
And if you'd like to follow the show, you can catch us at probablycomics.com or on Twitter at probablycomics. And this podcast is unofficially brought to you by Kingdom Comics.